the screen. Wow. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Wow. Chappelle and Mazaho! It's all going down. Teacher, empower you the weekend. Free State. Time. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. Happy and you know, clap your hands. Happy and you know. And you really want. Not more over. Ikamalenko si Malibagwe. 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 Aybo.
Kamalenko si
Ikamalenko si Malibagwe. Malibagwe. One more time. Ikamaleko se Malibagwe.
Woo! Yar! Wow, can you feel that energized, hey? Another round of applause. Woo! We have one last speaker and then off to lunch. Are we excited? I feel like I can't hear you. Are we excited? Listen, I love it. Okay, so we have one last speaker. This is the MEC, Mr. Moses Kitso Makome, and we'll talk about the finance, tourism, and economic development. They're just here to give us a few words before we go lunch, okay? So, Mr. Moses, please come up to the stage. Thank you.
That one. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Program Director. Let me greet the dignitaries present here. Also greet the ward councillor from the Mangaung Metro Municipality. Pass my greetings to most of the officials from government and the officials from my department. I was requested to come and speak to the young people about opportunities in my department. But I also want to take this opportunity again to firstly depress you about what is happening in our country. So that when I talk about opportunities, you know that once you grab that opportunity, we should mitigate the depression that I'm going to talk about. It's important to raise things that are so negative, that are hampering your life, so that when we show you the positivity of what we need to do in that negative umbrella that is shading our future, we really need to work hard to ensure that we don't miss any other minute or second to work hard to get out of those depressions. First and foremost, let me say to you, and I'm saying it in the presence of the councillor here, you are not all going to work in the municipality. That is not going to happen. And unfortunately, again, you are all not going to work in government departments. Not all of you. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 people will make it. That's the first depression. The second one is that the economy is not doing well. Because our economy, it's based not most on what the economy needs, the production, the productivity side, where you make things on your own and bring them to the market so that the market could have a grip on it. So mostly our economy is about tender. Tender, vurpa, alkoshe tsamola, rekile botlolo, asajola le ntabiseng, o ba nna tsa ntabiseng. And when the tender period is gone, he's back where you are now. So that's the other thing. The third part is people who have been given opportunities, they start to damage the opportunities. But most of them, they don't do what they've said they are going to do with the opportunities provided to them. But after the presentation, hey, I'm going to hire 3 people. Go pick on. Money gets into the account, the business stop just there. Actually, take it again. Asana nigga business. Because there were things that didn't even frustrate. He or she wanted to attend to personal things than business opportunities. So these are just some of the pressures. There are so many. Some is people who get into businesses but without the passion. They want to try something. So, I'm doing this. I'm going to give you one example when I was still with the national departments. So these people, they get into that thing. Later on, they are no more there. They don't even care about that business anymore. Some kidito fella in the business, they are there. I want to buy a van. I'm delivering milk. Departments go there, basically. Indeed, this guy wants a van. They give him money, he buy kushesh. And while it starts, I'm most starting. A business he was supposed to buy something, but he decided to do other things. So those are some of the negative features in our society. And the last one is that most young people are unemployed. Graduation or not, talented or not, having the opportunity or potential or not, you are just unemployed. We are even coming with new concepts, but we are unemployable. It's not true. Not true. You must do something, we must work out smart, meticulously, so that we found our footing in the right direction to great opportunities. So this is what I'm going to talk to you about today. So number one, I'm from the department called the Finance or Treasury, Economic Development and Tourism. So this one, the first leg, finance, is the one that supports all the departments, entities in the Free State that are supposed to help you. It also supports municipalities with finances. But we don't just support, we also follow the support. So part of what we must do, or we're expected to do, it is once funds are out there, we must follow every cent. Right now. And you can attest to me here that Cheltaruna has not been doing the right things. Many projects are unfinished. So-called 30% of young people participating in a project is not being done. The money is being spent somewhere instead of in the project. So these are some of the problems that we have. So our department, it's now on the ground. Number one, to ensure that every policy, particularly the ones that affect young persons and women and people living with disability, are being implemented. So, in your area, in your space, wherever they say there's a government project, you must, I want to emphasize this, you must ask the critical questions to ensure that you benefit as young people. One of them, you must ask the question from those who are benefiting from the government service provisions. What is the percentage of the young persons in this project? You already know now, it must be 30%. So, let's get a swab. Number two, don't ask favors. When you ask for favor, you give the person who has the power the chance to ask the favor in return. And that is why they will ask you for the kobo for cheleto tolam sebets. So you must never ask for favors. You must ask for your rights. It is your right that for every project that enaling cheletea government, a 30% must be allocated to young people. So we'll not have this problem if these things create a hand. The reason we've got problems, it is because we are not implementing our policies correctly. The second thing, if the project is happening in Mangaung, try to ensure that you hold any government institution or department accountable to ensure that at least 30% of that money in that project is alako Mangaung. How? You must demand what we call corporate service responsibility or investment. In so doing, anyone who's been given or awarded a tender or musebetsi ufinka paufing wa mmuso must ensure that you guys get the 30% in your area. This one is different from the 30% allocated to young people. This one, it means that people who are working there, at least 30% must come from local. Number two, if there are those children who are struggling with bursaries and what, at least this company must commit himself or herself for, I'm going to take one or two. If there's a project by young people, you put a community center or whatever, as young people, this company must be able to say, this is what we are going to contribute to this thing. But lastly, is to train young people out of that project. For instance, if you can electricity in an area, that company has the responsibility to train people that will be awarded certificates that they can produce and work on their own as young people to become electricians. These are the rights. These are not favors. So you must ask those things. So how are they? Then you ask those who are responsible, whether it's MEC, project province, or whether it's local, what councillor must come and respond. The problem is, let me tell you, the problem is, the young people of today, you always and every time and more often give your responsibility to other people. The youth of 1976, when they wanted to change education, they did not ask anyone to do it on their behalf. They did it themselves. The youth of 1985, when they wanted to change the narrative of who must vote, who must not vote, they did it on themselves. Today's young people, you ask more favors and you don't want to ask for rights. Because if you are to ask for your rights, there will not be this reaction now, Joe, Unanotla counselor, they must just come because we want them as young people. I came here because they said young people want to interact with you. This is how it must happen. Because the future of this country is in the hands of young people. Hayadula somewhere else. So now I'm going to talk about what do we do in our space and what is it that I want you to do, and later I will tell you what is it that you must not do. Or let me start with that one. Number one, the Department of Finance. Remember, I'm heading two departments. The Department of Finance has a unit which is responsible for SMME to be developed, to be supported, and to ensure that you get the market. That is in the finance department. So when you go to the Department of Finance, you ask them, which unit is this one? It's not a favor. This is not what the MEC of this department told us to. This department takes you from your idea. Sometimes Sis Pumla. My system on. They come with ideas. They are not written down. They don't know how to write proposals. They don't even know which door are they going to knock to do that. That unit is responsible for that. Banka idea from Kelelo to Pampiri, Baobonsayona, Baojotelori, the opportunities are how they apply. There are two kinds of support that we always do. It's non-financial support and financial support. So that unit will take you. Na ke batla go rekisa dibeku le fale. Ba o botse why o batla go rekisa dibeku le fale? Because how bata Maria about okay, company how is seasonal. It's not based on you working on everyday product. Do you think you're okay? How okay but then they give you everything. They give you even financial management system and financial control system as a course. So that Oscar Tamol Fapeng, you do it once you have got that training. That is in the finance department. The second thing they do, they take you, they help you to write any proposal. Whether do you want money, whether do you want to apply to be given a market share. Let me make an example. Some young girl from Sasolbeck who produces Bonolo soft scent. Intentionally stay soft. And then when she wants the support, we referred her to ourselves first as the distiller, but also secondly to finance. What the finance did was to look at the market. Then they give her option. These are your options in the market. As we speak now, Sis Joyce, the product is high. What you told her, the shelving. It's King Lovers Market and what do you call Shopia Sasolo? Zio. It's a big warehouse. So her product stays there. Like our Reka stays soft, you get it there. It's your right. It's not a favor. But it has to do also with patience. Everything I'm saying here, it has to do with patience. And it's something that we as young people, we lack. We become impatient when we want to achieve a goal. And we become impatient on everything. On everything. We become impatient. When you was your age, I must drink now. And more unfortunately, future future is over. So that's the problem that we have. So, and then they also help you to look for funds in various different institutions. There are DFIs, the ones that we call developmental financial institutions. They help you to get those funds there. That is the fun. That is the work in finance. Then how Tlakamo, strictly we are working with you now, those who are interested in business. We are raising this because, Sis Joyce, the problem is that our own educational system does not produce business people. It produces job seekers. So we want to turn this thing around so that how it was called, Utoka mentality or I'm not going to be a job seeker, but I'm going to be a job provider. So that Obaleba to straighten out, there are 2, 3, 4, 5 people that are unemployed. I'm going to create jobs for them. So that the problem is that if when you work in your own street, the whole street is ja mogolong wa hao. You can't say no. You can't say no. So that's how we benefit from those who are working. But to stop that, we must create jobs for these people. Now, the first thing that you must now do is to identify your business. I want now to talk about what I said I will share with you. I worked in the Department of Energy. I also worked in the Department of Communication. I also worked in the Department of Science and Technology. I also worked in the Department of Tourism. Then my last job in the national department was the Department of Human Settlements. There were people, you know, my comrade. So I was working under Minister of Human Settlement now, So there were people who started to follow us from the Department of Energy. When we were there at the Department of Energy, they came. Hey, man, comrade, I plan, man. What's about petrol? Petrol na iska ja hulu koloi da da da. So 6 months down the line, unfortunately, we were changed to the Department of Communication, as you know our story in this country. It was that night when the president, just at 12 o'clock in the evening, or in the middle of the night, said, hey, I'm changing cabinet. So we were changed. We went for the Department of Communication. These guys who were in the Department of Energy, they approached us again. Said, hey, man, comrade, you know we were there, ne? But now that because we are in the communication, man, plan, and then community studio, what. I said, okay, now we'll try this thing. But before we could even start, we were changing the department. We went for the Department of Science and Technology. And these comrades were there again. Hey, man, hey, comrade, Vaseline skabenya. The first thing fella Vaseline lwantsha boputso. Jwale e etsang skabenya e tlo etsa obejwa. So we listen to this story. So Vaseline etsa skabenya, yeah, so we want this thing, da 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 da. Then we went for tourism. These comrades were there again. But no, you see we're involved in tourism. We want to do this and this and this. So we think, look, I want to tell you the honest truth. Their language was smart. They had the heart. They believed in what they were saying. Then when we were in the Department of Human Settlement, they were just there. So we were in construction. What I'm trying to say to you might be seated here, I tried this one, it failed. I tried this one, it failed. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that you must do, try to search and find your passion. Be a hustler in one focused passion so that you are able to succeed. You might be as smart as you can, but what you are trying to do, it does not get off the ground because you don't have passion for that. So for all the hustlers in the department, we've got a program for you. The program where we're trying to make you to find passion. We're doing it with SABC. This program, we're also doing it with other companies like Coca-Cola. We call it a pitch idea program or pitch business idea. You come, you stay here, wabu or business channel. How the adjudicators, not in the Temakun, ba feel how you have won as the person who have pitched the brilliant business. There's a money that they give to you as a startup. I'm happy that Coca-Cola is going to do it again on Saturday. But the department, economic and tourism, Leon, it has that pitch business program. And it's something that we are going to do. So you appear before adjudicators, you pitch your, and when you pitch your business, no, they come in events like this because you will say we want to become business people. Then once you come here, they say we've got this pitch program. Anyone was won, there are 3 prizes. The first prize, I think it was 500,000. The second one was 200,000. The last one is 150,000. These are starter packs, just to start your business. So it's something that is happening. The second one, we've got a program that we do with Ms. Rita. This program is only aiming at young people between the age of 18 and 35. So it's aiming at you, aiming at training you, giving you business opportunities, but also making you to access the market. Some of the problems of the ideas that you have, you don't have the correct market. So we want you to access the market through that one. The third one is the program where you are being thought about managing your business. You are already in business, but you must now start to manage it. The fourth one is the post-support program. Since Joyce, what we have discovered is that many of the people who are giving business, their business have just collapsed because the department did not have what we call the post-support program. We have already supported you, we have been giving training, now business so that when there are problems, we are able to help you immediately so that you can recover. The problem with the businesses that have not been given the post-support program, they've now faced with serious challenges. One, grant. It does not mean you must not care. You must care because the Auditor General wants receipts of the support that we have given to you. So what is expected is that car wash machine, whatever, we are expected to come back and get the receipts to you. So what we have observed is that most of the people who have been given grants, they are without the receipts. And you know why? Because shelter has saved. At times, kin 20 hours off which shelter awaits am saved. Unso what I'll save. O kopa chelete or o batla chelete o batla le petrol ya wetsa eng ba calculate ka ofela okay, this is the money that we can give to this person. When now you are high, or you want to take a lemveno, take a ke thotse spaninyana ma ne kopa o nkise mo warehouse ke reke ntho tse itseng ke khutle ka pele. Ntate Makume does not give you an invoice. Actually, he helps you because I want to questioning wapan. Don't register it or and I did not get receipts. Or I've saved this money for other things. Still, how report or no kilega sala petrol okay, receipt and pow, no receipts. It becomes problem. Number 2, ever problem a don't care attitude because you know it's a grant. You don't feel obliged that I'm going to account because with a grant, you are not going to pay back. It's a grant. So for that reason, our choice, and Sis Pumla, we have decided in Tates Fularur, we rather focus more on the loans with a blended funding. Harasabata lofa di grant. Laleka complainer in this thing because of the experience. But this loan, the most important thing I want to carry, it's a loan that is attached with grant. I will make an example. If Orekopa 100 rand, depending on the kind of business and the idea, they might say, we give you 50% of the 100% as a loan. This 50 rand, but the 50 rand, kia house, grant. At times it becomes 30%, then 70% becomes the loan. You must come and pay. What we have observed, that people who have been given loans, they always report, they are always with invoices and business tabona dia phama. You know why? Because they know that ke kadime tšhelete no tlamehile ke e patale. Bana ba sa kadimang ba tsebang ba ifuwe ke fara Christmas a bitswang government. Ba e sebedisa bohlaswa fela ska 350 tsane tse re di tholang. So that's where the problem is. Not all, but majority they do. Now, those are some of the things that are on. But added to the incentives, it's a blended funding. You also get training. You get training from finance, but lebana ba offer training. Ba offer training and any product, ba offer honor and all those things. So they even give you market. You know the most problem are like market. Udienza tutu itonglo dietsa kitena na ki direkisa kae. Ki bua le bomang. So that's the problem. Or approach checkers but now you already have a polish. You can't bring polish here. So you don't have the way to speak about polish and all those things. So your business also come to life and then exit the life without having getting profit or any other thing. So the department has the responsibility to support you on those things. Now, we have also agreed on the following, which they are going to help young people. We are aware that some of you can fill in what they call qualitative proposals. Qualitative proposals, it means everything about one in the application must be inside, number one. Brilliant idea. A bankable business, number two. Number three, all required documents. So at times, the required documents are not inside your application. Sometimes your proof of address where you stay. So when the department look at this this idea, I close it because bonam told it's into simple as well. So what we have said, we must stop doing that as the department. Once your applications have been received, we are giving ourselves 7 days to look at what is it still more lacking in your application. So if you don't have your identity document, if you don't have a proof of address or any other document that is shocking, they call you back to say, bring the following documents within 7 days. This is to allow that everyone is given an equal opportunity. But number two, the officials at department, basketball favor the ideas saying over Tababa. But never know, oh no, ID. I can't call for Pembare by Ntamala. Application now by Ntamala. Come on, someone, they will take one document away. So, application now sent so we are trying to stop that one. Number two, we are going to introduce an online application. It's the ideas are not do because with the online, we are able to even look at the date and the time. I put my proposal on this. So we are able to trace those things. So that if there are common ideas and common proposals, who were clear, indeed they were common. This one we send solo, this one this one. But it's going to our pattern, more tabanch, banabating our friend the opportunity. Marba Blomfontein, who are related to Ntatema Kume, because Ntatema Kume is an MEC, Bafumana the advantage. That must stop. Because that's the part of corruption. It's alama. Then the last one is generally corruption. That we must also stop. You are being approached by departmental officials to come and make a proposal. They make your proposal to win, but by it's a javelin. Our Kenya chelete kamule, Khalel Ketil Bonor, Utlanka 30% chelete Gausevit, or A. Barjole, Rofa 300,000, Utlanka 30,000, Renka 270, Lopatala Batona of Flintwin. The unfortunate thing is that the day when you want to really be involved in business, the books will make you as aware or we have already given you 300,000. But unfortunately, we share about 12. So to stop that, we are saying, do it until Chelte Kena account. Come and report. Or I've got this 300,000, Maruwa to 270. Kima kume leketo letoto. So it's because corruption is from your future. Corruption is stealing from your future. The more there's corruption, the more we are losing to create just one job. Just one job. Rohlola we create because Chelto tlameleng ye projecting it la ho rona. So we are mobilizing you because we will not create jobs. We will not give you the support that we need. If na MEC Makume, I want 10%. If na MEC Makume, I want the little that we must give it to you so that we can create jobs for 1 or 2 people, just 1 or 2 people. We are unable to do that because Chelte Eyw itlile ho Makume. So that's what we must stop. So I'm going to introduce to you 2 officials that we are going to live with you today and tomorrow here in this event. So that when you've got questions from the department, they will be here to respond to the questions. They work with SMME development. They even link you with all the DFIs and everything. Then SMME support. Bana hekiva lisang straight more chelte yangti. So how lebhlal o ska qala mo chelte usanteng. O qale development because what development o khona bua wa support or ona ke mo trainile ke na no hantle o perfect. You are not being trained by them. There are institutions all in government agencies. Tsa ba tla train. They took ngwana mo ngaka ngotse Facebook ngore ntate Makumo e explain ka simple terms. The DFI sa how dia ba tataisa. So they take you from sub A until grade 12. So that's what we are going to do. So I'm going to call on the stage Ntates Fularo, who's responsible for the development. And then, wait. And then, Le Auspumla. They must come to the stage, Libabon. Ntates Fularo. Tomorrow, one of the officials will also be speaking to you practically on what you must do. What I've been doing here, it was just to pronounce on policy decisions. But we've also requested tomorrow who the exhibitions outside that you can go to a table and ask for assistance. They are also planning to do 1-page or 2-page leaflet. On FDC, this is the kind of help you can do. On Land Bank, this is what you can do. On CEDA, this is what we can do. On SAFER, this is what we can do. Including the departments that we are going to work with. So these are the 2 people. They are based in Bloemfontein. They are from the head office, but they will be here. They will tell you that Mona Harato, hona di office tse le kayang la fumana thuso o tsona. Ha le sa fumane thuso, bobedi ba batho bana ba ka pelaka ke bona bo tlameileng le lo bona. So anyone who wants to have a new business, anyone who has a business idea, anyone who has a business that is operating but ya haellwa, or anyone areng na ka sharp, I just need an improvement to enlarge our business. These are the 2 people from the department that will help you. There are people that they work with, they will tell you, they will always give you direction. So, so I'm going to end here by saying to you all, let's grab the opportunity and move with SFAT. Those who have not traveled our continent, I hope some elderly people have traveled the continent. In Nigeria, the people there, they live to escape Nigeria. And the difference between us and them, Mona, we live to survive. So we don't want our country, years that are coming for us to live, to escape. And this is because some people, with the riches that they have in their own countries, they did not take an opportunity. 1976, the youth of June 16, they took the stones and the bricks to end apartheid. Our challenge is to collect those bricks and stone to build our country. Thank you very much.
Whew, let's give it up for our MEC, everybody. A round of applause. I'd like to call upon Ms. Dumila Roo to just give us directions on the proceedings of lunch, ne? Okay, just one moment.
Just come up. Okay. Bakayethu, lisale handle. Okay. So yes, it is lunchtime, but before we break, I just want to emphasize something. Okay, guys? I need you to shift your mind for the next 3 days. Because if you're going to focus on rushing out for lunch and sacrifice the content that we're giving you that will unlock lunches for the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to limit yourself. We know that it's late. We are aware. We've adjusted the program so that we can now go eat because we are cognizant that nilambile. But I don't need you guys to be rude to any of the speakers that we bring here to come and empower you with the knowledge and with the connection that you need. Okay, so think differently and make sure that you're not chasing lunch break. And man, ngifuna ukuthi kugcwele so. Ngoba masiqeda ukudla siyahamba. And uma uhamba, angeke uyithole into esiphethe la. Uzobona nje ngezithombe lapha ukuthi ngihambeleni. Ne? Angifuni ukuthwala izandla. So after lunch, I'm expecting you guys to come back. All right. Cool. So, where's my team? Someone here? Someone here? We come out orderly. Ukudla ku enough. Nizodla nonke. And I'm sure food khona bazothola kayi-2. So, thina singabantu be order. Ne? In Power Works, we are singabantu be order. Sicela ukuthi, we're going to do this in an orderly fashion. You're going to follow the instructions. All right. So, this side, you're going to come out row by row. We start from the front, going back. Ngoba na abafike kuqala.
All right, everybody.
Come inside. Come inside.
Hey, hey. My head. Woo! Woo! Isandla emoyeni, come on, sasile. Was Eyw Free State, isandla emoyeni. Hey, put your hands in the air. Sala. Well, oh no,
Funding and job opportunities. Tita Empower Youth Weekend. Tabanchu.
I am ready. Yay! Woo! Oh, no! Can you feel it? Wow! Can you feel it? All right. Oh, that, boy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you feel it? All right. I'm handing over to the MC. Please give yourself a round of applause that you are still here.
Yes.
Tell your neighbor I'm still here, baby. I
Yes.
said, tell your neighbor I'm still here, baby. Tell your neighbor I ain't going nowhere.
Another round of applause, guys. Woo! Guys, thank you so much for sticking with us. Like we said, today is going to be a beautiful day. Now we have been energized, and I'm so excited to be jumping into the next part of today. Remember, you are free to ask questions whenever there's a speaker here in the front. Today is about being brave. We are being courageous. We're asking questions, and we're getting the answers to get to the next phase of our lives. Let me see if I can remember Dumi's handshake. Shigisha, Shaya, Vala, Dase. Guys, I am very, very, very concerned. I'm actually like, the way you look concerned, like, ask me why. I'm glad you asked. Why are you guys not posting on social media? Do you not want money? Are you using the right hashtags? Why are we not seeing your posts? Okay. So there's still time, right? Because so far we're only seeing one post. One post. So, liposti like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Instagram. Okay, so you either need to repost or post again, né? And then you need to follow and tag and use the right hashtags. Okay, so let me actually get there to give you the right handle. Un momento. Okay, so then you're gonna tag Empower Youth. And then you're gonna follow Empower Youth. Okay? And then the hashtags that you'll be using is, drum roll please. No, I'm kidding. Is hashtag TETAEYW. So that's Teta, Empower Youth Works. Hashtag Empower Youth. Hashtag Free State. One word. Free State. Hashtag Free State, one word. Okay, so the handle is at Empower Youth. Tag, follow, and then hashtag Teta EYW. Hashtag Empower Youth. Hashtag Free State. Can we do that right now? I want to see posting. I want to see tagging. I want to see hashtags. Is everybody doing it? Everybody do it right now. And then I'm going to get confirmation from my social media queen that la post. Because so far I want to post A1, which means A1 auto Zemani. And we all want Zemani. You want Zemani? Yeah? I got you. Precious, how are we looking? Guys, I'm going to post alone. Let me confirm with my own eyes, okay? Who's saying they posted? Please show me. Can I see? Okay, I'm going to be running around again. Okay, let me see. Where are the hashtags? Where are they? You need to tag the page at Empower Youth. Guys? Yes, post. There are no hashtags, babes. There are no hashtags. There are 3 hashtags. Post. Let me see. Perfect. Can I see? Everyone. Where are the hashtags? Where are they? Who's next? Let me see. You know what? You didn't follow and tag the page. Kupofita. You're not following the page. You know, you're supposed to follow and tag the page. The page is not tagged. Ooh, I'm okay. Okay. Okay, you're good. Everyone. And then we can the hashtag right there. Yes. Okay, you're good. You're good. Anybody else? Okay, let's see. Girl, what am I gonna do with a dead phone? Charger. Let me see. What am I gonna do with a dead phone, guys? I am walking away. I am walking away. Okay, guys, please remember, I'll come check you guys a bit later. I'll come. Give me a second. Okay, so once again, remember, you need to follow @Empower Youth, tag @Empower Youth, and then use the following hashtags in your posts. Hashtag Teta EYW, hashtag Empower Youth, hashtag Free State. Okay? That is the qualifying criteria. Are we good? Okay. Shigisha. Shaya. Vala. Yes. Beautiful. Okay, so up next we have someone phenomenal who's actually waiting on the line for us. They're actually about to address us. One moment. This is Khosi Moroka, the queen of the Tabanchu Traditional Council. Ladies and gentlemen, up on your feet, let's give a warm welcome. They're going to appear on the screen in a second. There we go. Dumalang. Can you hear us? Are we having a technical difficulty? Hello, can you hear us? Waruka. You guys can grab a seat. Thank you so much. There we go. Almost there. Let's just be a bit more patient with the technology. Are we going to try again? Give it to Oma. Hey guys, we seem to be having some technical difficulties. Okay then. Is there still an echo? There is. How are we doing, guys? Okay, we seem to be having some technical difficulties, so I think Ketla connect Khosi Moraka maybe a little later on today, hopefully. So please just be patient with us, okay, guys? Right now, though, we are going to be bringing somebody up. They are the Research and Knowledge Manager from TETA. right? Please give a warm Empower Youth welcome to Oma Litwaba. Hi, you look amazing.
Thank you.
That's yours.
Dumelang. Look, how was lunch? Was it nice? Did you all eat? We're not tired, ne? You are going to give me 10 minutes. I won't waste your time. 10 to 15 minutes to listen to me. I'm going to request you that you take out your notepads if you do have them, a pen, to write what I'm going to be talking to you about, because it's very important. As I have been introduced, I'm from TITA, the Transport Education Training Authority. Earlier on, you had my CEO speak to you. I think she was one of the first speakers on the stage. But before I go on with my presentation, I'm going to give you guys a bit of a background about who TITA is, who we are as an organization, and what we do. Ne? But before I go to that, I want to ask you guys if Kaluhanya, I'm not, libulang Sotho ne? Ki Mopedi, Setswana. Setswana. All right, nna ke Mopedi, but I'll try to speak your language. Ke nyaka go kusha gore, do you guys understand what transport is? Do you understand what transport is an enabler for all the other industries in the economy? So if you think about manufacturing, if you think about agriculture, if you think about mining, go agriculture, go di farmong, they can farm whatever that they are farming. But for that produce to go to retailers, it needs what? Transport, right? Same with manufacturing. Whatever that they manufacture, for those products to be delivered to us, the consumers, it needs what? Then to move around, we need transport. And you must also know that walking is also a mode of transport. Ne? So, some of us used cars, some of us use buses, taxis. So I'm just trying to paint a picture how important transport is in our daily lives. Ne? So, and then having that information, then you need to know there are so many opportunities, so many of them that you can take advantage of as the youth in the transport sector. And today I'm going to share with you maybe 5 or 4 skills that you can go from today, go and research on and take advantage of those skills and give yourself time to go and acquire information and knowledge on those skills. Ne? Okay. So TITA is one of the 21 SITAs in the country. Have you guys heard of SITAs before? Have you? So there's a transport SITA, there's services SITA, there's food and bev SITA. There are 21 of us. And we were established by the Skills Development Act. Our mandate as SITAs is facilitating education and training in the different sectors of the economy. So we're not a school, ne? But we facilitate education and training. And we do that through a number of interventions that I'll talk to in a minute. But I just want to share with you that in the transport sector, we have demarcated the sector into 8 subsectors. Renale sector ya di fly machine, aerospace, renale forwarding and clearing. So when you buy things or export things or import things from other countries to South Africa, that's where forwarding and clearing is operating in. We have freight handling, the warehouses where we store products, and those products are supposed to move from the warehouses to retailers or from warehouses to yourselves as consumers. That is where freight handling is. Then we have got maritime, which is everything that goes on in the sea, and then we have rail, the train, we've got taxis, we also have road passenger and road freight, which are our trucks. So these are the 8 subsectors in the transport sector. So you can choose any of them and think about what you can do as a person to get a career in all these 8 subsectors of the transport sector. And I did mention an education authority, we're not a school, so we facilitate these programs. We facilitate the learnership, the apprenticeship, refer bazari for unemployed people or employed people, and then also skills programs and workplace experience programs. So these programs that are listed here, the only ones that you can apply to directly to us as a SETA is the bursary one. Unfortunately, we just closed a window for bursaries for 25-26 financial year. It closed somewhere this month, September. But please, if you are interested in studying any qualification in transport, whether you go university or go private provider or TVET college, please, next year around August, go to our website. I'm going to share with you our website link at the end of my presentation where you can go and access a link to where you can apply for bursaries next year. Ne? And then for the other interventions, at the end again, I'm going to share with you a platform where you can go on our website and register yourself, create a profile. So in that platform, you will be able to tell us who you are, what your qualifications are, what your interests are in the transport sector. When we partner with our stakeholders, because we facilitate the training is done by our companies in the transport sector, our private training providers, universities, relative colleges. So when you have now created that profile on our website, when we contract these different stakeholders, they are going to be sourcing students like yourselves on that platform for these different interventions. So it's very important. If you have interest in transport, please, at the end, I'm going to share the link with you to that platform, your career portal. And then opportunities in transport. Some of you, I know, you're asking yourself, what are the occupations that you can study for in transport sector, ne? Or already? You don't know them, ne? But I agree, you know the range from being a taxi driver, that's an occupation on its own, to being a pilot, an aircraft pilot, ne? But I'm going to try and share some of the ones that I think they can spark an interest in you as the youth. The first one, e-commerce and last mile delivery. Re working e-commerce. Right, e-commerce. E-commerce. How many of us have bought something online? A number of us, ne? And then when you buy something online, what happens to it? How does it come to you as the buyer? Korea, ne? And then Korea, whether you drive a van or scooter or truck, but there will be somebody who will be transporting that product that you have bought online from the warehouse to your doorstep, right? Right? How many of us have bought food from Uber Eats or groceries from Checkers? Huh? Okay, thank you. I'm hearing a lot of moaning. I don't know if you are saying you don't use them or you don't have the facilities. Okay, so since COVID-19, when we were not allowed to go to shops and buy things ourselves, we have seen an increase in e-commerce, people buying things online. Ne? So as a result, there's many opportunities in the transport sector because of e-commerce, because most people now are buying things online. Therefore, there's a need for logistics and supply chain management. It's a course. You can go study for it at a TVET college or any private training provider. Ne? So please note it down. So as a logistics and supply chain management, you can also go further to study one of those 4 skills listed there. You can do inventory management, you can do transport planning. If you like playing with data, you can also do data analysis. So this is one of the opportunities that have come up, and it's now very prominent as a result of e-commerce. Then the next one is the one that you guys are moaning about. I'm not sure if you agree with me or disagree with me. This one is scooter drivers. I've seen Bloemfontein, I've seen 60-60. So as a young person today, looking for an opportunity, I am telling you that in the country, there's a huge demand for scooter drivers. And at TITA, we have implemented a project to train scooter drivers. So we take you through a program where you go and acquire a driver's license, a scooter driving license, and furthermore, we'll also teach you how to open your own business. And instead of you partnering with Checkers or Uber Eats or Take a Lot, you can open your own business and deliver goods to your community from Checkers. Is it interesting? Ne? So please, we have a lot of these opportunities. Like I said, I'm going to share our website at the end. You need to go to our website and look out for those opportunities. At least every month, just log on to it. I know you guys have data. We spend a lot of time on social media. A penag or maybe an hour a day, instead of being on Instagram, go to these different websites that were shared with you today and what opportunities that you guys can take up. So scooter drivers, they are in demand, guys. You heard it from me. If you don't take advantage, I can save. And then there's also what we call automation and robotics. Have you? How many of you have seen a robot? Okay. Do we know warehouses, right? Do you know warehouses? Okay. I'm telling you today, a lot of warehouses in the country or worldwide, they are going into automation. So instead of having a person picking up a product on the shelf in a warehouse, they now make use of things like robots to take those things from the shelf and package them. Ne? So I know some of you might feel discouraged, or you're okay, or these robots are going to take up our jobs. But there are other opportunities, because a robot, there are people that build robots. So you can start thinking about being somebody who's going to build a robot, somebody who's going to be programming the robot, and somebody who's going to be fixing the robot. Because it won't fix itself. If you will like something on the shelf, doctor yang fixer or a robot depends on a human being to function. So you need to go and research on the skills or the qualifications that you can leverage on to go and play a role in this era of robotics. Ne? I'm going to show you a little video here of what is happening in the warehouses now. Do you see that black and silver thing? It's a robot. So usually we'll have somebody picking up those things from the shelves. Now warehouses are moving to this because they want to save money. They also want efficiency, and also increase productivity. So you can play a role and be somebody who's controlling the robot from the back end, or who's going to be fixing the robot when it breaks. So this is just another form of automation that goes on in warehouses. And then another interesting skill or occupation for you is the drone pilot. Have we seen a drone before? Have we operated one before? No. Who'd love to be a drone pilot? Okay, 4 or 5 people. All right. Okay, this is also big in the transport sector, guys. And because it's an item that flies, né? It belongs to the transport sector. But the beauty of it is that as a drone pilot, you can work in a lot of industries. You can be a photographer. How many of you have been to functions and there's a drone flying over you, taking pictures? Gangata, ne? Yes. Some farmers now, instead of using the tracker to go banushecha the crops in the farms, they use drones. Did you know that? In the health sector, areas, if they have people there in those areas that need medication, they use drones to deliver that medication to those people that cannot be reached by transport, by road transport. Did you guys know that? So there's a lot of things that you can do as a drone pilot. And at TITA, we have trained a lot of drone pilots. And remember again, with this occupation now coming up in the transport sector, not only do we need the drone pilot, but we also need those who are going to be data analytics, using the drone pilots to collect data and analyze it and feed companies with the information. We also need those who are going to be fixing the drones. So when there's an occupation, there are other little occupations that also come up because of this thing that is now trending, which is the drone. Are you guys interested in being drone pilots? No. But I just gave you information now. If you are interested, if you want to be a drone pilot, please look out for opportunities on our website. And then this one is on vehicle maintenance in the age of electric vehicles. Have we seen an electric vehicle before? I have not seen one before. Have you guys seen one? But we know for the Department of Transport now, there's a strategy, a green transport strategy. And one of the measures for that strategy is for us, the people in the country, to start to move from cars that are using fuel to cars that are using electricity to be driven, to save what? Our environment, right? So because these electric vehicles are coming up, we might have a few now, but they are really coming up, guys. And when they are finally here, we are going to need a lot of mechanical engineers and also electrical engineers. So if you are in the engineering field, you want to be an engineer before, please consider to be whether a mechanical engineer and an electrical engineer. And through a bursary called TITA, we can fund you. Next year, if you want to go study, not next year because I said for next year the window is closed. But if you want to go study in 2026 to be an engineer, mechanical, electrical, please next year, August, go to our website, access a link to apply for a bursary, go TITA, to study at a TVET college or a university to become a mechanical and electrical engineer. Okay, the next last two slides are on the websites that I shared with you. This one is the TITA career portal. I'm not sure if you can see the entire URL. Can you see it? So it's www.transportcareers.org. So if you go to this website, to this link on our website, like I've said, you create your profile as a youth, as an unemployed youth who's looking for opportunities in the transport sector, you tell us about yourself, your qualifications, your interest in the 8 subsectors of transport and what you want to do. And when we facilitate training interventions with our stakeholders, we direct them to the database from this portal to recruit learners from. Name? Because remember, guys, I said what you can do as a youth to apply to us directly is when you're applying for a bursary. But for anything else, I had some of you talking about looking for opportunities in apprenticeships, learnerships. This is where you need to go. Don't say I did not tell you. Go to this website, go create your profile, and wait. Stakeholders will be in contact with you and recruit you in the different interventions that they will be implementing with us, TITA. Then the last one is our website, www.tita.org.za. So on this one, you will find a number of opportunities. There will be opportunities on last mile, drone pilots, and other opportunities that we are offering as the organization. Have you guys written down the URL? www.tita.org.za. That is our website. So with that being said, please, if you have time, because data, I know you have data. If you have time, take an hour a day and go through the different websites that were shared with you today and see which opportunities that you can take up on those websites. And again, what you can also do with your data, go on the internet and learn a skill. Skills like robotics, data analysis, they are there for free on the web, on Google. If you search for it, enroll yourself, take up a skill, even if it's a soft skill. Don't sit down and wait for somebody to call you. Go out there, use your data, use your time efficiently to develop and capacitate yourself. Thank you so much for listening.
Do you guys have any questions that you'd like to ask? Anybody? Really? Anybody at all? No, I think they're good. Let's give a warm round of applause to Oma. Thank you so much. Just to reiterate the website, it was www.tita.org.za, ne? Okay, good. People browse it, have a look at it, and it'll be so important. I like what you said about going online to find yourself a skill. There's so many tiny short courses, think like a couple of days. Just enroll in them, you have the certificate, and you move on with your life knowing that, I got this. Do you know what I mean? Good, guys, thank you so much. It's been so good. We have somebody coming up now. And remember, if you guys have any questions, raise your hands, write them down, and after each speaker, you'll be able to actually ask these questions. Okay? So up next, we're going to be having a masterclass that's going to be talking about harnessing renewable energy for a brighter future, which is going to include opportunities for youth in sustainable energy and innovation. To give us this talk is the renewable energy professional and program manager of the University of Johannesburg, goes by the name of Dr. Obafemi Olatunji. Are they here? Who wants to dance? I'm a terrible dancer. Thank you guys so much. So we'll actually get Dr. Obafemi Olutunji to speak a bit later on. Right now, though, oh, by the way, Khosi Moroka will only be available tomorrow. So if you guys are going to be coming, that conversation is going to take place tomorrow, okay? So you better be there, all of you. Up next, though, is we're going to be doing a bit of a workshop that's going to be navigating career paths, opportunities and skills for youth in the mining sector. And to give us this talk is Senior Regional Manager of Mining Qualifications Authority. They go by the name of Tammy Boykutso. So let's give a round of applause, a warm one, a good one, an excited one.
Thank you. Dumelang. Lentsele tsogile sentle, le tlhotse sentle. I had to be Tammy Boykutso. Before I go on what I wanted to talk about regarding career paths, opportunities and skills for youth in the mining and mineral sector, allow me to be a parent for about 10 minutes. I usually take an opportunity when addressing young people to talk to real life challenges before I stick to my script. But you see, it's also my script because I'm a parent. It is not easy to raise children. Ga go botlhofo rona re le batsadi go godisa bana ba rona. Ka gore rona ga re simolola re ne re le ba ntlha mo malapeng a bo rona go bona di-degree, go nna le ditiro, go nna le matlo, go nna le dikoloi. Yaanong ikete sekelela cycle ela e boetse yaanong. Our children are finding it more difficult to obtain opportunities. Therefore, allow me just to speak 10 minutes to the young people in here and also to speak to the adults in the room. Then I will quickly rush through the presentation. But before I do that, may I just find out how many of us in here have completed grade 12? All of you, ne? All right, Amy, just don't lower your hand. Just. How many of you that have your hands up have done maths and science? Remain there. Quite a sizable number of you, ne? So I am going to, thank you. I am going to spend some time speaking to you about opportunities that relate to what you've studied. So let's get personal now. Ne? Let's get personal and speak to a few things. First things first. Thank you. When you're a person, how le motho o feletse